Goddamn.
You know, I am, This, the show tonight, from Perth, Western Australia, if you didn't know. Perth, Western Australia. The show tonight, man, I gotta say, it wasn't your typical WWE show that we've been used to. I would definitely say I enjoyed this probably a lot better than I enjoyed SummerSlam, and a hell of a lot better than I enjoyed WrestlePalooza. However, I will still stand behind WWE should have ended this show with John Cena versus AJ Styles. And I think we all know why. Wow. Just wow, man. What an absolute masterclass of what an instant classic those guys put on, man. I mean, man, crazy that this was the last time that we will have ever seen John Cena and AJ Styles compete against each other, man, and that is definitely crazy. That is definitely crazy to say that. However, there will truly, and I mean truly, there will never be another two like John Cena and AJ Styles, and there will never be another two that have the chemistry that those two men have, man. I mean, you've seen it tonight. To me, that made Crown Jewel. That made Crown Jewel for me single-handedly. Made Crown Jewel for me the fact that we got to see that match. It was a match that definitely was a roller coaster ride to get to, and I did not think we were going to get there.
No.
To be 100% honest with you guys, man, I truly did not think that we were going to get there. But we got there. We got our match. We got it tonight. And may I say, man, WWE, this is why you listen to your audience. Because if it wasn't for us, that match is not on this show.
No.
And then if that match is not on this show, then how does this show look without that match? Again, enjoyable, but that match tipped it over the edge for me. I think that match, again, I said it on my predictions yesterday. Again, when I gave my prediction on the match, one of my predictions was I thought it was going to be match of the night, and I was right.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, overall it was enjoyable. There was obviously things that didn't make sense. Well, obviously, and then there was things that were really fucking interesting on the show. Overall, I would say it was a thumbs up show. Again, I have my critiques, but I also have my praises for the show. So we will get into all that good stuff here in just a second. But how'd you feel about it?
I thought it was fine, man. I thought it was fine. Nothing really too bad on the show. There's not like one major negative that's all you're thinking about, which how a lot of these shows have been usually ending for WWE this year. It doesn't have that problem, or it's just that one big negative you're just thinking about the whole fucking time afterwards. There was some stuff I didn't care for, stuff I didn't care about, but overall, I think it was a good show. The main event was good. Still shouldn't have been the main event, but it was good nonetheless.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles and John Cena, man, that was perfect. It really was perfect. I loved that match. Match of the night, easy. Those two were going hard, and just the emotions you ran through during that match were just insane, man. I can't wait to get into detail about that. Beautiful, beautiful match. Really was the point of this show, man, and it showed. We weren't lying when we kept hyping it up as that whole match was the point of the show and whatnot. You come and watch the show, and that was true. That was the best part about the show, and it truly was the best part because it was so amazing. Um, the rest of the show was fine. I like the opener. I like the story that match told. Um, a lot of stuff in the middle I didn't really end up caring about, besides obviously Cena and AJ, and then the main event. It was a good match. It was a really good match. But still, don't love. I hate the crown jewel concept, but Seth and Cody are always going to give a good match, and although I simultaneously don't like the way they ended the match because it's kind of obviously Triple H makes sense at about WrestleMania time, but in the moment it doesn't it's annoying, but overall I thought it was a pretty solid show.
Definitely, definitely. So, all I can say is I am glad that we did not have to wake up at 6 in the morning to watch WrestlePalooza. I'm glad that we got up at 6 in the morning to watch Crown Jewel, because if I would have got up
Dude,
at 6 in the morning and seen John Cena get dog walked by Brock Lesnar in 8 minutes,
first thing in the morning,
for literally first thing in the morning,
um,
I would have absolutely lost my mind. I would have absolutely lost my mind. But again, to get up at 6 in the morning and watch John Cena versus AJ Styles, I can't complain about that. I can't complain about that at all. Again, should have main evented the show. However, we got it. It was a banger. It was everything I hyped it up to be. And I talk my shit because those two men, when I got back into wrestling in 2016, stopped watching the product for maybe like a year. And when I got, maybe like a year and a half, when I got back into wrestling in 2016, those two men put on the first banger, as we say, that I seen coming back in. And those guys really hooked me back into the product, man. That's why I will sing the fucking praises of SummerSlam 2016 up, down, left, and right, because that match is one of my favorite matches of all time. I love that match. I love the chemistry these guys have. I love their program on SmackDown Live 2016. That was one of the highlights of that whole SmackDown era, as John Cena made AJ Styles into a not homegrown, but household. Yeah, thank you. He made AJ Styles into a household name, and he made AJ Styles into a WWE superstar, in my honest opinion. He took him from, a star, which he already was coming in, and he made him a fucking superstar, in my opinion, is what John Cena did for AJ Styles. And, again, if there was anybody, I don't know who still thinks this, but if there was anybody that ever thought in their fucking right mind that John Cena could not wrestle, AJ Styles is a huge component that proved a lot of those people wrong, because you can put AJ Styles in the ring with John Cena and you can absolutely see that is a crock of shit if you think John Cena cannot wrestle, because obvious fuckingly he can. And the matches with AJ Styles prove that, so they both helped each other out a ton. AJ Styles, again, is one of my favorite. He is probably, I know a lot of people will throw out Edge and Randy Orton. AJ Styles, in my opinion, is number 2 behind CM Punk as a part of John Cena's supervillains, or John Cena's Sinister Six, as they say. AJ Styles is number 2 for me. Again, I've always loved everything that they've done together. They've never had a bad match, and tonight continued on that legacy with Cena and Styles. What is this, 4? Cena and Styles number 4.
5, because I think they were 2 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that. It carried that legacy on as, again, just in-ring soulmates, if you will, man. I mean, I expected nothing less, and we got what we got. They delivered, they over-delivered, and yeah, I mean, man, these two obviously are synonymous with each other's careers, and I can't say enough good things, and I'm glad I'm glad I talked my shit, because tonight is the reason why I bitched and bitched and bitched and bitched for so long as to why are we not getting AJ Styles versus John Cena, and these dumb fucks were not going to give it to us. That is the worst part. They were not going to give us this match. It was because John Cena had to bully Triple H into giving him this match, is why we got this match. So good on John, good on AJ, and good on us. Because again, this show, although it was enjoyable, looks a hell of a lot different if AJ Styles versus John Cena is not on this card. And we got, I don't fucking know, probably another John Cena and Brock Lesnar match, probably, is what we would have ended up getting. Who fucking knows what they would have done on this show. But we got AJ Styles. This made all the sense in the world. And I'm glad they did it, man. I'm glad they did it. And again, man, these two guys, man, they did a lot to, reignite my love for professional wrestling, again, which is why in that 2016 era, I was that is why I gravitated towards AJ Styles so much. It was because of SummerSlam 2016, man. That is one of the best matches I've ever seen in my entire life, man. That's probably top 5 in my honest opinion, but amazing stuff. I can't say enough good stuff about their feud in general, what they did for me as a wrestling fan, and what they did tonight.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. It was really perfect tonight. That match was just incredible. From all the original stuff to all the callbacks, dude. It was truly amazing. And it really was. It made the pay-per-view, man. It really did. It took that pay-per-view. It took this pay-per-view from Saturday night's main event to an actual pay-per-view. And it was really fucking good, dude. And it really elevated everything around them.
Absolutely. So with that being said, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us here earlier than usual, if I do say so myself. A little bit early, just a little bit earlier than usual. So yeah. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, we are on here with Unscripted. Every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. And for the WWE and AEW pay-per-views, we are live directly after the show goes off the air with the post-show review, as we are here today for Crown Jewel Perth, and as we will be next Saturday for AEW's Wrestle Dream.
Oh, yeah.
So we will be live for that, probably after a 12.5-hour show. We will be live
probably about 12 hours after this one on the time clock. Probably at like 11:30 p.m.
So yes, we will be live, like I said, next weekend for that as well. So I'm excited for that. As I'm excited to be here with you guys today, man. And if you guys did miss yesterday's edition of the news, that is available. Can't even say yesterday. It wasn't even a whole 24 hours ago.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, if you guys did miss Friday's episode of the news, nonetheless, yesterday's episode of the news, you guys can now watch that on all platforms. That is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, like I said, join us right here live every Friday at 3 p.m. Central for the news, man. So 287 is up on all platforms for you guys, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece of Notorious Hills apparel. on there as we speak, man. Again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at Notorious Heels, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man, Mr. NHG himself. We have, Lord knows what's on his mind, but we have my guy, Sir K, here. Sir K, what in the world are you smiling about today? What are you smiling about today?
It's been a good day so far, man. Been up for a little bit to watch this pay-per-view, man, and it's been great. Been a great day so far. Overall, enjoy the pay-per-view, man. Overall, enjoy getting up, getting breakfast, watching the pay-per-view. That's always good and always fun, man. So it's been a good day so far, man. Got the rest of the day ahead of us. I'm excited for that. And we got upcoming weekends, man. We got Wrestle Dream in 2 weeks, man. I'm very pumped. No, not pumped. I can't lie. I'm excited. It's an AEW pay-per-view. Those usually are pretty good, man. So I'm excited. I wouldn't say pumped. That's a little too extra of a word, but I'm excited for the pay-per-view, man. And I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm excited for the rest of the weekend here, man. But like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. I seen AJ Styles and John Cena in the ring together today, man. So not bad at all. I actually woke up very excited. I actually woke up with a lot more energy than I thought I was going to have. Just simply thinking about in a couple hours, John Cena and AJ Styles. John Cena and AJ Styles will be in the ring together today, man. So I was obviously excited for that, and it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome, man. But other than that, bro, I am good. I am good, man. Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Nothing. Excuse me. It's been a long morning. But
we had to sit through commentary today, so.
Oh man.
Yeah, that commentary team is just Michael Cole, man. I love Michael Cole. He's been on one lately.
Yeah, he's always talking about some tomfoolery, man.
Tomfoolery.
I don't know. Some of the things I question why this was even brought up, but anyways, yeah, man. Other than that, like I said, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just chilling, dude. Just chilling. Yeah, excited for I guess the some upcoming weekends and whatnot. So the usual. But as for you guys, man, everybody in the live chat and my guys a part of the Replay Mafia, JT and JB, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys as always for joining us. Speaking of JT is in the live chat, bro. So what is going on, my guy? How are you doing, brother? I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. He says 2 great matches: John Cena versus AJ Styles and Cody versus Seth.
Yeah,
I thought, yeah. Again, I obviously going into the show wasn't too stoked to see Cody versus Seth. Not really anything to do with Cody and Seth, but more of the, I guess, factor of, it's kind of the same reason I didn't care to see Cody and Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because they're, telling a great story. It's just we're doing this match because we have to do it because it's the crown jewel stipulation or whatever. So, yeah, excuse me. I'm obviously, again, going into it, I wasn't really a fan. Like I said, just because Cody and Seth have a great story. But they kind of tried to rewrite that story and kind of make no sense out of it. I don't really see a reason, at least, obviously, Seth's reasons are valid, but if you look at the way they've told the story, I just didn't think we were there yet. I didn't think we were at the point where Seth was going to start throwing all of that back in his face, about, I helped you win the title, but, in turn, I lost everything because of it. That stuff to me makes sense, and those are valid reasons for him to be mad at Cody. I wish it was because he was mad at Cody and not because, Crown Jewel's coming up and I have to face you, so now I'm gonna pull all these things out of the hat because I'm a heel now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it would have been more of a dynamic like Seth had with Sami Zayn. where he likes Sammy and Sammy's his friend. So he wants Sammy to get away from him so he doesn't have to, hurt him, type of thing. I wish we would have got something similar to that with Cody. So, it is what it is, but however, the match did indeed deliver. So I absolutely understand your point there. And of course, we got my guy Hunter in the chat, bro. How are you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
How's everything going, man? How's the job treating you, bro? I see your post. It actually looks very sick, bro.
It really does.
I hope they're treating you well, man. I hope they're treating you well. He says he was worried that they were gonna do all the They would both be too old to do all the cool shit they did in their 2016 matches. They indeed were not.
Oh, dude, they were going crazy.
John Cena, bro. John fucking Cena. Again, for a guy that thinks he's a step slower and can't go anymore, John, humbly, you are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. This man is 48 years old and can literally still go. Again, obviously, he's aging. I wouldn't say he can't. He's a step slower. He's aging. You know what I mean? He's obviously, he's slowing down. I wouldn't say he's a step slower, but even if he is a step slower, if that's a step slower, then I'll take that over
a lot of people.
I was gonna say I'll take that over a lot of full-time people. You know what I mean? So, fucking John Cena, bro, and AJ Styles too.
Oh man,
AJ, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? You don't want to embarrass yourself. Really?
You're like fucking 10 more years away from embarrassing yourself,
dude.
Like, dog, you're a demon still. It's gonna suck, dude. 2026 is gonna be sad.
Man, that is
it's gonna be real sad.
Yeah, that's gonna be very sad. I'm very sad to see AJ Styles go. But yeah, man. So, but yeah, he says. Yeah, I see. How is that little Wyatt 6 exhibit, man? I see some of the merch that they have is very, very cool, bro.
Very cool stuff.
I see some of the exclusive like Wyatt 6 with like Bray Wyatt merch they have. That is pretty cool, man. So I'm happy to hear that they've been that they've been treating you well, man. You deserve it, brother. So I'm glad for you, man. But man. Yeah, that was awesome.
It truly was awesome.
That was awesome, man. Goddamn. Well, yeah, that is everything, I guess. Or that is everything, I guess, for the immediate thoughts on the show. Obviously, we're gonna start the. Don't worry, guys. The review's not over yet. We're gonna break it down here in just a second, man. But yes, glad.
That's cool, man.
That's really cool. Hunter says the merch is super cool. Honestly, it's like the best haunted house at the event. I have to ask, do you see some of the superstars over there? Because I see a lot of like
that they're always over. I know Wyatt 6 is always over there. I think didn't they have like Liv or something, or like Alexa?
I thought I seen Liv and Alexa. I seen Kevin Owens taking pictures outside of it.
Man was in a Cena costume. That was goated, dude.
Kevin Owens dressing up as John Cena for Halloween is
it's just hilarious.
That's an amazing move. That's actually a fucking amazing move. He wore the WrestlePalooza gear, so I kind of feel sorry for him in that regard. It was a tough gear, but just a bad.
It was a tough watch.
Yeah, tough watch. It was definitely a tough watch. But yeah, I wonder. Do you run into any? Do you run into any of the?
Oh, you saw Cody. That's sick.
Yeah, that's really dope.
That's really
dope, man. That's really dope. Did you did you say hello or grab a picture with him? I don't know if you could grab a picture with him while you're on the clock. Yeah, but did you say hello? I fucking would have. I probably would have got fired, but
I don't care.
Yeah, but it would have been all right.
Take a picture with the QB1.
Holy
Chad.
Hunter says, will we see an AJ Styles retirement tour? For Triple H's sake, I hope not.
He doesn't know how to book one of those.
Yeah, because clearly, there's a disconnect in his brain where he can't properly book a farewell tour, I guess. But he says he said hello.
Oh, that's cool.
Can't grab a pic. Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
sense.
You're at work.
Yeah,
you gotta stay locked in.
For sure. But no, that's cool that you got to say hi to him, though. That's very cool. So yeah, hopefully you guys are doing good. And as Durante always asks, I am good. Family's good. And what about you, Durante, Logan, Bell? And we got my guy, Hunter and JT in the chat. So, he says we're supposed to treat celebrities like every other guest. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, they want to just be normal with their families there, too. So I get that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I get. They probably have that rule in place because celebrities probably get stopped by fans all day.
So getting stopped by employees,
yeah,
probably just break.
I was gonna say getting stopped by employees too is probably just like, dude, like it's probably just so like, can I get a break type of thing. So
they just want to enjoy the time with their families.
For sure. But that's cool, man. That's
really cool.
That's cool that you've seen them. Yeah, I for sure meant to ask you that because I always see, like superstars like going to visit that, obviously because it's Bray. But yeah, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. I'm glad they're treating you well, bro. But so obviously, if you can't tell by the logo, this was from Perth, Australia, and if WWE didn't say it enough, this was from Perth, Western Australia.
Yeah, there you go.
And to open the show here tonight, we have this match. We have Bronson Reed, as Michael Cole says, Bronson Reed.
Or Brunson sometimes.
Yeah, Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns in an Australian street fight. And just so you guys know,
that's what he's known for.
This is the match that Bronson Reed is known for. This is what put him on the map.
Exactly. This match type. Not Tsunami and people, not anything else, man. It's this one match that I think he might have had one of before this. That's what he's known for, man. That's his thing. The Hardys have, ladder matches, and Bronson Reed has Australian street fights. That's what he's known for.
Exactly. When you think of the Hardys, you think of the Dudleys, and you think of Edge and Christian. You think of the TLC match, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Dudleys had the tables, Edge and Christian had the chairs, and the Hardy Boys had the ladders, right?
Classic.
When you think of Bronson Reed, first thing that comes to mind is not a tsunami.
No.
It's an Australian street fight.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, with that, this match was pretty good, man. This match was pretty good. I was even happier with the ending.
It was.
We seen Bronson Reed go to put Roman Reigns through a folded chair, and Roman Reigns would counter him and give him a Samoan drop on the chair. At this point in the match, Bronson was on the outside of the ring, and Roman went to do a runaround spear, similar to how Braun Breaker does his runaround spear. And when Roman ran around the ring, he was met by that man exactly, Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker speared him, and him and Bronson Reed put Roman Reigns, they shield powerbombed Roman Reigns through the announce table. At this point in the match, we heard the theme song for main event Jey Uso.
Yay.
Even though both Usos came out. I don't know.
Gotta be Jay's theme.
I was going to say, it's gotta be. It's literally just has to be Jay's theme. However, the Usos come out and start taking apart the Braun Bronze. The Braun Bronze end up mounting a comeback. Jimmy Uso got speared through the barricade by Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed went to Tsunami Jey Uso, but Roman Reigns jumped in the ring to save Jey. It's pretty interesting because as he was getting up, he sort of just watched Breaker spear Jimmy through the barricade, and he didn't really seem to care to help about Jimmy. But for Jey, he went in the ring and made sure to stop Bronson before he was able to tsunami him. And as these two were going to put Bronson through the table that was set up in the corner, Jey went to spear Bronson Reed. Bronson moved, and Jey Uso ended up spearing Roman Reigns through the table on accident. Jey turned around into a spear from Braun Breaker and a tsunami. And a tsunami was hit on Roman Reigns after Jey was taken out, and Bronson Reed pinned 1, 2, 3. He pinned Roman Reigns.
Wow. Did not expect that at all.
All right, well, now we're cooking with some sauce here because I thought that Triple H would go the simplest, easiest, just boring outcome of them all and have, Bronson Reed just take another loss to Roman Reigns because, obviously what happened at Clash in Paris, Roman literally just packed bro up. However, that's not what happened here, man. Triple H actually decided to not go the safe, easy, predictable route for once, and he actually decided to have Roman Reigns get pinned for the first time in a singles match since, WrestleMania 40?
Since then, yeah. Crazy, dude.
Roman Reigns was pinned by Bronson Reed.
Just straight up pinned in the ring, dude. Wild. Would never have guessed.
Well, I gotta give my props to Triple H for that one because I definitely thought that this man would just end up having Roman Reigns just win again and then have the Vision,
just
I don't
beat
know,
him up after the match.
Exactly. Same thing over and over. And the Usos will come out to save and fucking la-di-da. Here we go all over again with the same shit we see every Monday and every fucking pay-per-view. But no, he actually had Bronson Reed win in Australia. So that's pretty dope for Bronson to say that he pinned Roman Reigns in Australia, man. So again, very happy with WWE. Good on WWE for actually taking a step. Good God. Good on WWE for taking a step out of the box and having Roman Reigns take a loss here to Bronson Reed. But as for the match, I thought the match was very enjoyable. I loved the stuff with Jey Uso at the end of the match. There's obviously a little bit more to talk about post-match. But as for the match, I thought it was great, man. I thought it was great. I thought it was a fun street fight. They used stop signs. They used like a big paddle board. So I thought it was a fun Australian street fight, man. Being that Bronson Reed is known for these kind of things.
Exactly. He showed you why he's known for these things, man. But it was a great match. I overall enjoyed it. Thought it was really fun. Think it did everything it needed to do. Usos were there. Braun Breaker was there. And it did shock me by having Bronson Reed win. So I thought it was really good. Thought it was really good in that. And I'm very shocked at that. Did not expect that at all. But very happy nonetheless.
Well, after the match, Roman is sitting there with the Usos. And everybody's sitting on the ground. Everybody's sitting on the ground and they're all sad. Jay's taking his wrist tape off. He's pissed off. And Roman is he's sitting there obviously looking very distressed. And he says to them, he says, I told you guys not to be out here. The whole world thinks I can't do shit on my own. He says, I told you guys to stay out of it. I love y'all, but I don't want to see y'all till Christmas.
Damn. Christmas.
Pause.
No Thanksgiving?
Do not fucking tell me Roman Reigns is going to be gone until after Christmas. Okay, there's got to be something. Well, we just heard he's going to be in War Games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that's not the case. But also, I don't know why he would say a line like that. Because again, what do you mean I don't want to see y'all till Christmas? Christmas?
Do you not want to see us by Christmas? Are you not going to be here till Christmas? What do you mean by that? Because that could be a very scary line, man. We're going to have to deal with another Roman return up till after Christmas, dude. That is a weird line. But I like a lot of what he said there. I thought it was very interesting. I loved the line of, they always say, they've been saying I can't do it by myself. And this is why he didn't want them out there. And I like that. I like that aspect that he's tired of, people always saying he needed the bloodline to win. I think he wants to disprove that, but he's outnumbered. His family's always going to help him. And, that's not helping his case, man. And thought it was really great here. The second part was kind of a little weird. I don't know why Jey Uso ended up getting mad and fucking leaving. But really interesting nonetheless, dude. Really interesting. Tensions are rising like crazy. I wonder, it was Roman that left, and then it was Jey that left. They both left and went in the same direction. Are they planning something to teach Jimmy something, or is this a plan between those two we don't know about or something? There's a lot of possibilities here, but whether way it's the bloodline, I'm interested to see whatever it is.
Yeah, that obviously that's one thing you can always count on with the bloodline, man, is everybody likes to complain or whatever. Everybody likes to complain about, the bloodline, what did they used to call it? The bloodline nepotism or whatever they used to call it. But it's these guys produce, bro. These guys produce. How could you not? If I'm Triple H, again, how could you not? You know what I mean? It's again, it's not like you're shoving them down our throat and these guys are boring as fuck and can't tell a story to save their fucking life. No, that's not the case at all. Every time these guys step on screen, there's always some type of development that just, makes you turn your head and say wait, what does that mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? What does he mean by this? What is he doing there? You know what I mean? So there's always an interesting way that there's always an interesting ride that they take you on. And again, how could you not love this story, man? I mean, again, they always produce. They always produce, man. And yeah, again, I don't really know what he meant by the whole Christmas line. I hope that means that, he's going to be out the rest of the fucking year. Because again, I think he should be in War Games. I think he is a part of the Seth Rollins and the Vision story and whatnot, along with LA Knight, the Usos, and CM Punk. So I think he is needed for that match, and I don't think that would be smart on WWE at all to just have him miss out on that for the fuck of it. Yeah, I mean, as for the story, or as for what he said about, the whole world says I can't do shit on my own. I love that. I mean, I love that. It pays great attention to detail, because if you watch the past couple weeks on Monday Night Raw, they've been airing this video package with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins where, Seth Rollins talks about, we knew that we needed to help you to get the championship off of Roman Reigns, because you can't fight Roman Reigns alone, because Roman Reigns himself doesn't fight alone. He's always got family. You know what I mean? And obviously Roman says he sees and hears everything. So obviously he's seen and heard that. And what's very interesting about that to me is the character of Roman Reigns. Is he starting to care what people think? Is he
Mm-hmm.
starting to, and that's what got me. That was what was most interesting to me, because we always complain on here about how, a lot of times it just seems like Roman Reigns doesn't take any accountability for his actions. It just seems like, he's kind of just trotted along and just kept the tribal chief character as it is, just for the fuck of it. But I actually really do enjoy starting to see a little bit more of his insecurities, and starting to see, what, people have said about him for a long time is starting to get to him. And I really like that development with the character. I think that's a great way to take it. Roman is at his best, when he's vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what makes that even more awesome is he's normally a stern character. So those moments where we do get to see him vulnerable are very interesting, man. Again, it's like Roman was a very serious character for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we seen Sami Zayn come along, you almost seen this vulnerability, I guess, where he kind of had a soft spot for him and he kind of started to like the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that was peak Bloodline, that 2022, early 2023 Bloodline.
Oh, it was incredible.
It was, again, it was, in my opinion, the greatest faction of all time because of the week to week story that they told, to get us there, man. But it's Roman again. Roman is at his best when, when he is a little vulnerable. And like I said, the reason for that is because, again, normally he's a very stern, very egotistical, very ego-driven character. So when we do get to see those little glimpses of, you know, vulnerability or a soft side on him, it's really cool. It's, we used to say the same thing many years ago with MJF.
Mm-hmm.
When he, during the CM Punk feud and stuff like that, is like, he's obviously normally a cocky, egotistical character, but when you do get to see him vulnerable and get to see, I guess, him a little bit more humanized, it is really cool.
It
But
is.
what makes that work is the fact that he's not normally like that.
Mm-hmm. So it's really cool to see him like that, and just really revealing for his character to be like that. And it's very interesting to see where that's gonna lead him, man. I'm very interested and very pumped to see that.
Yeah, so again, don't know what the fuck he means by Christmas. I don't know what we're talking about there. Please don't be out that long.
God no.
But overall, I think he will be back in time for War Games. I think they would be stupid not to bring him back in time for for War Games. I mean, they have a whole 5-on-5 match that they need to get together. So I would hope Roman Reigns is involved in that in some capacity.
Exactly. I would hope so. I would think so.
So that was that. That was the first match. That was the first match on the card. And then for the next match, we have the first of our 2 Crown Jewel Championship matches. We have the women's champion, Tiffany Stratton, versus the women's world champion, Stephanie Vaquer.
How long was this match? I want to see like the actual number. Hold on, because this shit was short. Oh wow, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, compared to everything else on the show, that's my one complaint with it too. So
Literally.
Tiffany Stratton, in the beginning of the match, these 2 ladies had a lot of back and forth offense. And it was very smooth. I thought they were dodging and countering each other's moves very, very smooth. Again, obviously the little bit was, a little bit in the beginning, it obviously was a little choppy, but I honestly thought as they got into the match, I thought it ended up being great. Tiffany Stratton went for her swanton, and Stephanie Vaquer got both knees up. Dude, there was also a spot in this match where Stephanie hit a end of heartache on Vaquer, and obviously, when you do a move like that where you're suplexing somebody and having them come down on your knees, you're not supposed to have them come down on your kneecaps. You're more supposed to land them across your shins.
Yeah, or your like thighs, one of the two.
Yeah, so it's like, a bit of a flatter surface. Dude, Stephanie landed on Tiffany Stratton's kneecaps,
Ooh.
like legit, like crucified her across her kneecaps, bro. And that was that was a brutal spot right there. But Stephanie did get the knees up on Stratton's swanton, and then Stephanie Vacher would then hit the Devil's Kiss on Vacher. Wade Barrett said that he needed to close his eyes because he couldn't look this time. I don't know what in the world that was supposed to mean.
What is that? What are you gonna do if your eyes are open? You goddamn freak.
Tiffany Stratton a little bit later in the match would go for a prettiest moonsault ever, which got countered. And she landed square on the mat. Stephanie would then climb to the top and give her spinal tap for the victory. As Vacher serves Tiffany Stratton her first loss in 2025. She was 17-0.
Crazy.
Going on the year this year, man. And here we are in early October. And she finally has lost. I thought the match was fun, man. I thought the match was fun. I thought they had really good chemistry. I thought they were very smooth together. Again, minus the end of Heartache. That looked pretty bad, but I thought they were very smooth together. Like I said, yeah, like I said, I thought they were very smooth together. I thought their chemistry was great. The only complaint I have with this match is it could have went longer. And don't tell me the show was already long enough, because WWE decides to air ads for 5 minutes in between each match, where they're talking about, they're rolling a Survivor Series ad, and then we're getting a Slim Jim ad, and now we just have ads in general about random shit on ESPN. So there's your $30. You don't even get a fucking ad-free version. You have to watch ads. So again, this match went 10 minutes, which the second shortest match on the show was 20 minutes. And again, do not tell me that this match, shouldn't have went longer, because, like I said, the show was already long enough. Because if WWE didn't air 57 ads in between each match and give us ads up the ass, then these women would have absolutely been able to have gotten another 5 to 7 minutes on this match, So, but again, that's on WWE, because during entrances, we got to talk about, Call of Duty Mobile and
Battlefield 6.
And then when we're not doing the matches, we're talking about Battlefield 6, and we're talking about, fucking Mike's Hot Honey, and we're talking about, we're talking about NASCAR, and then we're talking about, Straight Talk Wireless. So again, don't tell me that the match couldn't have went longer. That was my only complaint with this match, man. And again, too, I'm glad that, they had Stephanie win. I think she needed it a little bit more. She obviously just won the championship. Tiffany's 17-0 on the year. She will be fine. Mm-hmm. She will go back to SmackDown and continue to stand head and shoulders above everybody else on that fucking division, or everybody else in that division of hers, if you could even call it that. But she's 17-0, and she loses in 10 minutes. Again, you couldn't have cut a couple ads and would have gotten these two ladies, again, another 5 to 7, 8 minutes on the match.
Something like that, dude. Exactly, dude. The timing was a real killer for this match. Overall, it was really good. Their chemistry was really good in the ring. For the build, I would have liked less of, we have to face each other. I respect you, but I'm gonna win. I respect you, but I'm gonna win. I'm better. It was very generic. They really didn't give them any material to work with to going into this feud. But they had great chemistry in the ring. The match was really good. They just gave them no time, man. It was very, very quick, very fast, and very just wipe your hands clean of this. Don't know why you do the crown jewel concept. If literally one of the whole reasons of the theme of the pay-per-view you do that match in 10 minutes. just cut the fucking thing. But you know them, they gotta have their crown jewel, whatever it is, man. The 100+ diamonds, 28 karat gold ring and belt or whatever, dude. It's so annoying, man. But match was really good. They had great chemistry together. I think Tiffany's fine with the loss. Her only problem is that she's the only one that matters on her show. So she still looks great. Sure, she's going back to opponents that don't look great, but she still looks great. And when Stephanie, goes back to Raw, hopefully we'll actually see her on the show. That's all I could hope for, is to actually see the women's world champion on the show she's the champion of. So hope that. But overall, match was good. Wish they just gave him more time. You're doing all these ads, all this fluff. Michael Cole talking about this and that every 2 seconds. Cut that shit. You don't need it. Like, it gets to a point where you sometimes you had old AEW, which would just jump to match, where that's not good. But now you have the other side of the spectrum where there's so much fluff in between a match. You're asking them to cut some shit down, man. So really hope one of these companies finds that balance, and you could add more time to this match because it deserved it and it needed it. But overall, they did produce a good match.
Absolutely, man. What is going on, Ghostface, man?
How you doing, man?
I gotta say, I appreciate the comment, brother, and
Same.
yeah, that got me too,
got
man.
me.
That got me. I didn't expect to cry.
No.
Although I'm lying. I didn't expect to cry. Okay, I didn't expect to cry that soon. However,
Yeah.
I'm getting in the fucking habit. Whenever I hear Cena's music,
It's just,
and whenever I see him on the stage, I'm just like, my eyes start getting watery because I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, hey, here we go again. And I'm sure it's gonna be like that for the next 4 dates we have. I could tell you guys right now, December 13th is gonna be fucked. It's actually gonna be fucked. It really is. I mean, it is
so sad, dude.
Oh
dude.
my god. That's gonna be really bad, bro. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. However, Ghostface says the moment Cena almost started crying while looking up to Bray almost got me. Not gonna lie, that was the best match in this entire retirement tour. It is definitely up there with the Cody SummerSlam match for me.
It is. I would probably put that match above it for me.
Yeah.
But insane nonetheless. And that moment did get me, man. It really did.
Oh, it for sure got me. There was a couple moments in the match that got me. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Even sit with AJ Styles got me, and we're gonna get to that in just a second, man. So I will, we will go over the full analysis on it in just a minute. But yeah, it definitely did get me too, bro. So I got no shame in the game, man. I've been, oh God, ever since. I want to say maybe SummerSlam. No, because WrestleMania, I teared up watching him win the 17th title. SummerSlam, I teared up that moment where it would think it was on the post show. I don't even think it was on the main show. It was the moment on the post show where he's walking up the stage and he turns around, and I'm sure you guys see the clip everywhere, and he goes like this.
Oh yeah.
It goes like that to the audience, and that got me, man, because it was just like my mind started reverting back to the very first SummerSlam I watched. John Cena main evented it. He simultaneously buried the Nexus, but he main evented the show.
Not one of his proudest moments, but it's a memory nonetheless.
And I thought, well, I was ecstatic as a kid, man. I was ecstatic. When he packed the Nexus up, I didn't really understand the business at that point, and I didn't understand what a burial was at that point. But no, he buried the shit out of them. But anyways, I thought back to that, and I just thought about all the moments that I've watched John Cena at SummerSlam. Obviously, in the intro, I talked about one of my favorite matches of all time, Cena and Styles from SummerSlam. That is the best SummerSlam match that I've ever seen, ever. in my opinion, man. So there's obviously just been there's been so many moments with Cena, and so many just awesome SummerSlam moments that I watched him in, so that my mind just like everything just flashed in that moment, and I was like, man, that was another moment. And then obviously the Chicago one, we were there, so as soon as his music hit, the tears started coming, because I was just like, holy fuck. I actually ran into this dude at a Walmart a couple weeks, maybe like a month ago at this point, and he was actually at that show too. And he says to me, he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, because I was wearing a Cena or a Punk shirt, I can't remember, but he said to me, he's like, you know, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. He was like, as soon as Cena's music hit, I started crying. And I told him, I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only fucking one, because I was the same way. I was like, Jesus, yeah, as soon as I heard that music, it was over. And then tonight, again, we're getting to that point, dude, where it's like, anytime I see the man, we're down to 4 dates, bro. Four dates. So it's crazy. So I can assume that every one of these, it's probably gonna be that way, man. However, I'm here for the ride, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be there for all these other 4 dates, man. So it's very bittersweet.
It is very bittersweet.
So, yeah, as for this, Stephanie, like I said, Stephanie and Tiffany needed more time. Stephanie afterwards, Dana White, Triple H jumps in the ring. He's trying to be the biggest star in the business here, and he jumps in the ring and he hands Stephanie the Crown Jewel Championship, and then he gives her the Crown Jewel ring, and she wears the championship that completely engulfs her upper half, and celebrates, and waves her ring around for a little bit, and does her thing, man. So that was that. Again, it was a good match. It was just, again, if WWE wouldn't take so much time doing fluff on pay-per-views, having Michael Cole talk about Slim Jim, God, who else knows what the hell they're Maybelline, or who the fuck knows what they're promoting next. So I don't know, if they would put the advertisements down for a little bit, maybe they can get some time to give us some more quality matches on the show, or give quality matches more time on the show, I mean. However, too, I forgot to mention the Stephanie's entrance. They've tweaked it a little bit to the point where there's a lot of smoke, and she rises up in the smoke, and her devil horns on the Tron, they like rise behind her. So I thought that was a really nice touch and a really cool bump of production there.
It was. I like her new version of the entrance. The old one, the horns would fade in and then she would come out. But I like how, like, if she rises, then they appear behind her, and all the smoke and fire. It's really cool. Her entrance is dope. Her entrance theme is dope, and I'm glad she got that little tweak. It looks amazing,
for sure. So we have a backstage segment on the show where Bronson Reed is in the back. He's icing, and Braun Breaker is congratulating him for beating Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman, Braun told him something like, this is a big deal. Like, don't forget that. This is a big deal. You beat Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman then comes in and congratulates Bronson as well. He tells him that he is scheduling a celebration for when they get back to the United States, because you won, and Seth Rollins will win later tonight. He says, however, I've been told by Seth that we all need to stay out tonight. He says, even if Rollins is on the top rope, waving his hands, begging us to come out, don't help him. He says, tonight is either Seth is better or Cody is better. He walks away, and Breaker looks at Bronson, and he says, what if Cody wins? So Paul Heyman then comes back and he says to Breaker, we all know the answer to that question. We all know what will happen if Rollins loses. And they all kind of give each other a look. That is interesting to me because in that moment, I thought to myself, and obviously we heard the story with all WWE and all their creative changes and whatnot. I thought to myself, is there a sliver of a chance that they just decided to drop the vision and they're going to rush the breakup with these guys because of the current state of their creative? Obviously, I ended up being wrong. But it was definitely a thought in my brain because we've never really seen, at least with Paul and Braun and Bronson, a direct sort of shot like that.
Yeah.
That just seemed very blatant towards Seth Rollins. As again, at least to me, the way I took it, he kind of looked at them like, well, if he doesn't win, then fuck him.
When we're done with him, exactly. So it's very interesting. It really sets something up. I'm sure, like, come WrestleMania, I think, that's when the turn will happen or all that. And I think they'll call back to this moment. And I feel like, character in kayfabe wise, I feel like him and at least Braun, if not Bronson too, but I think definitely Braun, Heyman and Braun, and Breaker, I think they're already planning what they're gonna do. I'm sure, in canon, Heyman's probably already telling him like he can't do it. Like in the future, overall, he can't do it the way I think you can do it. And we're gonna keep that in our pocket. And I think they really already set up the turn with all this that they did here, which makes it cool. Sucks we gotta wait till WrestleMania to see it, but I think it literally has been set up already, and we don't even know it, quote unquote. So
for sure, yeah, I definitely could see the wheels being in motion for something of that magnitude. But yeah, this is, I guess, the first time that we're sort of seeing, I guess, something this blatant. However, I'm very glad that WWE is. I don't even want to say that because knowing Triple H, he'll find some way to drag it another year.
It out. Exactly.
But if the current plan is for WWE to end the vision after 1 year, I feel like that could be the best case scenario. Again, unless they really change this group for the better. I think a year is enough time for them, or at least enough time to get Breaker out of the group.
I think so.
But yeah, I mean, but definitely a very interesting segment because, again, like I said, we've never really seen something that blatant from Paul Heyman to the point where, but then again, like we did talk about on Monday, maybe Heyman is going to start getting a lot more bold, and maybe Heyman is going to start getting a lot more ballsy and being honest with Seth Rollins, because if that's the case, we talked about it on Monday, but I definitely think that's the best course of action for the dynamic between Rollins and Heyman. And the only way I could see me wanting to see this group stay together is again, if they make some drastic, changes to the show and not just a copy and paste of what Roman did with Paul Heyman.
Exactly. And that's what it is, and I would love if they continue that dynamic, and I think they will. I still think that end goal should be Mania to break this group up, because I think no matter what, you have to be making a group where, Seth Rollins is creating the thing. Obviously, he always hated with, his version of the Bloodline, and like the Bloodline, his own creation is what's going to do his downfall. And I think that's all set up. I'm very interested to see how Reed is going to leave the group. I feel like he's going to betray, them with Heyman, but I don't think he'll stay with Heyman and Braun. I would like if, apparently Heyman has like the most connections in the company ever, kayfabe wise, for some reason. So maybe, when all that happens, maybe they get him moved to a different brand and like give him a world title, like kind of do what they did with Sammy, but like just straight guarantee it. For Reed, I could see something like that. I think that'd be like a cool way to get him away from them, but in like not a turn on them way either. Very interested to see how they eventually do Reed with that. But it's interesting, man, all this stuff they're setting up. I'm glad they're already starting to put those pieces in play now. and I really just hope it comes to at WrestleMania. I think it will. I think that's the best course of action, but Triple H doesn't always do the best course of action, so there's always the factor that we could be dealing with this group for a while. But I think WrestleMania is the goal, and I think they're already setting it up here. I like this segment, and I like and I like when Heyman is really serious with Seth Rollins. I think it's such a better dynamic than just the wise man with Seth, because like we discussed on Monday, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it was, and it never will work, because that's exactly what you did with Roman Reigns. So if you're gonna run that same shtick, you might as well have kept him with Roman Reigns, because the Bloodline is a more interesting group than the Vision. So, again, if you were gonna copy and paste what you did with Roman Reigns, then you might as well have just kept the guy with the fucking Bloodline.
Exactly.
So, it just that part doesn't make any sense. But with that, before we get to the match of the night, we do have an official word from our sponsor here at Notorious Heels, man. We got a word from W Energy, man. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics, formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula, sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers, free from artificial colorings. And they're packing 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving, man. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly, always got to shout out W. Whether work, workout, whatever you may need the energy for, whether it's mornings like this where there's an early pay-per-view you got to get up and get energized for, or you got two weekends and you got AEW, the opposite, one where you have to stay up all night to watch the pay-per-view. Whatever end of that spectrum it is, you need the energy. You want to be focused, locked in, and not have the jitters. Try W. It'll do all those things, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Truly, always got to shout out W. Always got to shout out W.
And there you have it, man. So thank you as always. Thank you as always to the official sponsor of what we do here at NHP. As always, thank you to the great people over at W Energy for being the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels, man. So, ladies and gentlemen,
here is the main event. The real main event. The last real main event.
The last real overseas main event.
Damn.
Yes, guys, I just said that, and John said that himself when he was making his entrance. Cena looks at... Well, first of all, Cena started filming for Stu.
He did.
He's, he gives a pan all the way from the left side of the arena all the way to the right side of the arena, and he shows everybody, all the fans in attendance, and he's just talking about how amazing it is, and he holds his towel up, and it says the last time is now, and he said something that I didn't even realize until he said it. He said the last one overseas.
Damn. It is, dude. I didn't even think about that, man, because it is the last one overseas.
Yes, because now we have Boston, we have New York, we have San Diego, and we have Washington, D.C.
Damn. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Only got 4 dates left, man, and it's the last overseas date. The rest are in America, and, man, was that entrance awesome. And talk about the entrance, you got to talk about that crowd. Holy
dude.
Fucking yellow shirt for John Cena. That shit looked so dope, especially for some reason the interior of that arena is completely blue, and it was such a sick contrast with all the yellow shirts everywhere. That was dope, dude. I've never seen that many people wearing the same exact shirt in the crowd. It looked incredible, dude. I loved it.
That is one thing I love about, one thing it reminded me of. That's one thing that I loved about like playoff basketball is during the playoff season. You see it a lot with not a lot of fan bases do it. Not a lot of fan bases will give you the shirt that they provide. But like one fan base that's known notoriously for doing it is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Whenever they do playoff games, they do whiteouts or they do blue outs where the arena will provide everybody with a blue shirt.
That's sick.
And they are actually one of the fan bases that actually participate in it. And it's an awesome visual. It's just a sea of blue or a sea of white. It looks so dope. And obviously all the seats and all the whole like floor in the arena was blue. So it added a really nice visual. I wish we could get more stuff like that. But these fans took it upon themselves, man, and they had to have sold out of John Cena merchandise because everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody had a yellow John Cena shirt on, and there was a massive sea of yellow.
It was incredible.
It really was. It really was, man. So, you gotta love to see it, bro. But AJ Styles came out wearing a TNA inspired gear. He was not wearing his normal tights. He was wearing trunks. He was wearing like boxer trunks. Like he used to wear in TNA. They were half blue and half white. It was an old gear. I've been seeing the picture. It was an old gear that he used to wear. Wear in TNA. And I thought that was really dope because of the whole Mr. WWE versus Mr. TNA thing. So I thought that was a nice callback to that. John Cena comes out and Alicia Taylor does his intro like normal as he was coming out. And I was like, are we not gonna get the John Cena intro?
Yeah.
But then when he got in the ring, he pointed over to her and I was like, okay. God. I was like, dude, so obviously she did the thing, the never seen 17, the last real champion, the greatest of all time, John Cena. And she goes to walk away, but Cena hands her a paper. And it was an introduction for AJ Styles.
Man.
And bro,
that shit hit.
He hands her this paper. And her words were the personification of total nonstop action. The ace and undisputed boss of the Bullet Club. And the tears started coming.
Oh, it was perfect.
And the fucking tears started coming, man. And I was like, oh, God.
Oh, dude, AJ's reaction to that, too.
You could literally see him mouth, oh, shit.
Literally. He did not expect them to say that name.
Dude, and there was a sign in the crowd that said something like, we want Bullet Club or something. And I thought that was awesome.
That was sick.
The undisputed boss and the ace of the Bullet Club.
Fire, dog. That intro was so fucking dope. So shocking. Shocked AJ. And it was so dope, dude. It was perfect.
Bro, crazy. In our honor as fans, and in my honor as an opponent, to see if he can beat up John Cena one final time. The face that runs the place, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Damn. Amazing, dude. Amazing.
2026, bro. 2026. That'll be the end. I really hope WWE Shop brings back. I have one request for WWE. I have one request from Fanatics. Can you please bring back, if it's not P1, they don't want none.
That original one, dude.
Can you please bring that fucking shirt back? Because I need it.
I need that shirt, dude. They did, they for that retro, throwback NXT episode, they were selling all those old, throwback NXT shirts. They got to do that with a bunch more people. They got to do it with AJ. Please do it with Bray. I don't know why you didn't do that the whole time.
Too.
Like, dude, sell all his old shirts. Do it with so many people, dude. I would love it. I would love to buy their old shirts.
100%. I need that shirt. I still have the one that I got when I was in high school, but obviously I was in high school. It doesn't fit me anymore. So, yeah, I need to re-up on that shirt, bro. I need to re-up on that shirt. I love that shirt. That to me is like the definitive AJ Styles shirt.
Oh yeah.
However, AJ Styles hands out a couple. AJ Styles hands out a couple running forearms on the ground to John Cena. John Cena was able to hit AJ Styles with a 5-knuckle shuffle into the match. AJ Styles would hit his fireman's carry, knee to the back of the head move, which, if you guys don't know, the move is called the Ushigoroshi. And when he hit Ushigoroshi, I thought to myself, in that moment, you know what would have been really dope with this match? And then I said to Sir K, you know what also probably really made their matches so special? The fact that Mr. Mauro Ranallo was on commentary for all of their matches.
Yeah, he was.
All of the matches that they had together, at least the big ones, the Money in the Bank, 2016, SummerSlam 16, Rumble 17.
Chamber 17.
He was there. Yeah, he called that too when Bray won the championship, and AJ and Cena were both in that match. Mauro was there.
That was such a good chamber too.
And when he hit Ushigoroshi, I thought of Mauro because I just thought of him saying Ushigoroshi for some reason. And I swear to God, and he is my witness, right after he hit Ushigoroshi and I mentioned Mauro to him,
commentary,
Michael Cole says they didn't call it Ushigoroshi until a couple seconds later, and then Michael Cole says, he hit Ushigoroshi, and he says, shout out to my buddy Mauro for teaching me how to pronounce that. Where is my guy, bro?
Where is he?
Where is the bipolar rock and roller, bro?
He is missed.
Oh my God.
Wrestling space severely, dude. I miss that man so much. His voice, he was the voice of wrestling, dude. It's insane.
Yes, he was. He was the voice of NXT. He was the voice of NXT, man, and he was, like you said, damn near the voice of wrestling, the definitive voice of wrestling for a very long time, man. His presence in NXT, his presence in NXT is very missed, and his presence in the wrestling world is just very missed. You people that watch boxing are very lucky.
You guys are
very lucky that you guys get, because man, he was awesome. He's my favorite commentator of all time. I know he's his favorite commentator of all time. So an absolute legend is Mauro Ranallo. So I thought the nod to Mauro in this match was crazy stuff. Because out of everybody that got a mention, the fact that Mauro's name is also on that list is very cool. Mauro Ranallo got shouted out in this match for teaching Michael Cole how to say Ushigoroshi. And it just made me think, man. It really just got me thinking, like, that's also, I didn't even realize it, to be honest, but like that's also a huge part of what made Cena and Styles matches so great.
My commentary
is Mauro Ranallo was on call. Can we please get him back, bro?
Please, dude.
Triple H and dude, clearly Michael Cole likes the guy. He referred to him as his buddy. So I really wish for it, man. Again, that he is the greatest voice that I've ever heard commentate. Probably Michael Cole being a second to him, but Mauro Ranallo hands down is the best. He is just the best. He's the best commentator I've ever heard, man. An absolute legend. So I love that he got his flowers in this, because when you talk about Cena and AJ Styles, you can't not mention Mauro Ranallo, man. He is a huge part of those matches being as great as they were with his voice on commentary.
They really were.
John Cena hits a skull-crushing finale for a near fall. So there's the second name to be added to the list of shout outs. We have The Miz. And then AJ Styles, a little bit later in the match, would hit his torture rack like helicopter bomb that he used to do on John Cena all the time. For a near fall, AJ would then hit Cena with a Scorpion Death Drop.
Cool. Sting. Love Sting.
We did not get a Sting
Name call.
We did not get a Sting name drop. We got a what did Michael Cole say? AJ paying homage to one of his greatest rivals. What was his name?
What was his name,
what's
man?
that guy's name?
Why can't you say his name?
Who owns the Scorpion Death Drop?
Just say Sting, bro. He's not even in AEW. He's retired.
Y'all mentioned Sting after he retired.
Yeah.
Literally the night after Revolution, Michael Cole was on commentary and he said, "Congrats to Sting on your retirement. Your career has been a lot of fun. Thank you for all the memories." And they literally name drop Sting.
So just name drop him again. All right. TKO. I'm just blaming on them. Might as well.
Yeah, for real. AJ Styles will go for a Styles Clash that would be countered into an STF. The STF would then be countered into a crossface. The crossface would then be countered into an Accolade.
Hey.
So shout out to Rusev. I'm assuming AJ Styles was shouting out Bryan Danielson.
I was assuming.
With the yes lock, unless he wanted to, shout out the homie Chris Benoit.
I don't think he wanted to do that.
I don't think TKO would let him do that, but yeah. So again, we got a little nod to Bryan Danielson. Now we're getting a nod to Rusev with the Accolade here. AJ Styles would then counter the Accolade for a Coquina Clutch. Now we have Samoa Joe's name on the list.
Dope.
Cena would counter the Coquina Clutch and lock in the Walls of Jericho. And I don't know if you guys been following Chris Jericho on TikTok, bro, but I do. And all he does is post old throwback videos of him in WWE.
Bro's coming back. He's got to be.
Yes. He gave, I seen he did an interview lately or recently, and he gave the typical, I'm still with AEW, but I wouldn't rule out a WWE return in the future. This is coming from a guy that once said, I wouldn't go back because I don't care about the Hall of Fame. I like what we're doing in AEW. Now he's saying he's not opposed to it. That's your biggest indication right there. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have the Walls of Jericho locked in on AJ Styles. AJ Styles would then counter for a calf crusher. Cena would counter this back into an STF. AJ would get out of the STF and hit a Styles Clash for a near fall. And at this point in the match, AJ Styles would go for the phenomenal forearm. And just like it happened at Elimination Chamber in 2017, AJ Styles would be blocked, not by Wyatt, but by Cena, for a Sister Abigail.
Damn.
And at this point in the match, the tears started flowing again. And John Cena looks up. He looks up to the heavens, and he just gives a nod. So there's your little nod to Bray Wyatt. As I gotta shout out Perth here because these people got the Fireflies out and started singing "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands."
So dope, dude. So dope. So perfect. Loved that moment, man. Loved the moment in the match, obviously, and then just the moment with Perth after that. It was just perfect, dude.
Shit can make a grown man cry, bro.
Quite literally made to.
Literally, bro. So awesome. So awesome. What also makes that even more crazy is, like, me and Sir K were talking last night, and we were watching SmackDown. God bless our soul.
People really were hyping up that episode.
Yeah, they really were. So, we're watching SmackDown, and we're watching the Wyatt 6 come out, and I said to Sir K, I was like, One thing I really hate that we got robbed from us on this farewell tour is
The Wyatt match.
a John Cena and Bray Wyatt match, or a John Cena and Bray Wyatt interaction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because especially when John Cena was a heel,
Dude.
with John Cena as a heel and Bray Wyatt as a babyface, that would have been magic, man. That would have actually been magic. I mean, that was their feud was so awesome and just such a different flavor than John Cena's ever really, you know, dabbled in. And I just think him and Bray had just awesome chemistry. I think they had awesome chemistry. When you talk about like just polar opposite of characters, you know, I mean, you have, you have Bray who spoke all these things and he spoke in riddles, but yet again, when John Cena was a heel, a lot of the things that Bray was talking about, you could say are true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that the clash of those characters just would have been so awesome. But man, I got to shout out Cena. I got to shout out AJ Styles because they did the same spot that happened at Elimination Chamber 2017 where AJ comes off the ropes for the forearm and gets caught for the Sister Abigail. Cena's little nod or little peek up to the heavens, man. And then the crowd
really like sealed that moment, dude. It was perfect.
They really took it over the edge to the point where Cena had no choice but to. He couldn't even get up. He just sat there and just looked as everybody's, you know, waving their phones around, singing "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands," and it's just like, fucking goddamn, that was awesome, man. That was awesome. Truly gone too soon, man. We miss him. We miss him so much, and it's awesome to see John Cena be able to give a nod to guys like that who were influential in his career, and again, a shout out to Perth, bro, because they sealed that.
They really did seal that moment.
They sealed that moment, and yeah, those Fireflies, man, they had the tears coming, man. I mean, that was fucking awesome. But yes, John Cena and Bray Wyatt, man, their little match video package promo for WrestleMania 30. It's behind Eminem's song called Legacy. That is a banger. That is a banger video package, bro. That is a banger video package. But yeah, just awesome. I was just watching the other day too. I was just watching Bray's I don't know if you remember that one promo he did when he came back where he was in the backstage area and it was behind his music. You know, and it's the one where he ends it. He's like, I know who you are. I know what you want. I know what you're trying to do. And he's talking to Uncle Howdy. Man, what a legend, man. I really wish he was still here, man. I really wish he was still here. I think him and Cena would have. I think him and Cena would have tore it up. I really think they would have. Heel Cena versus babyface Bray.
It was so perfect.
Holy fuck, man, that would have been amazing, bro. That would have literally been amazing. But I don't know, man. But yeah, shout out Perth, bro. Shout out John Cena for that, and shout out AJ Styles, man. So after this, AJ Styles gives a nod to the other greatest of all time, Christopher Daniels. He hits John Cena with the Angel's wings.
Hilarious, bro. The GOAT, Christopher Daniels.
Eggman.
Goated segment.
Legend, bro. Absolute legend. So he hits him with the Angel's wings for a near fall. We then get these two kind of countering each other. They were obviously landing some moves, a lot of strikes. AJ Styles went for his phenomenal blitz, Pele kicks. Some things landed, some things got countered. AJ Styles with a nod to the current AEW World Heavyweight Champion and fellow Bullet Club member, AJ Styles, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, hit John Cena with a Deadeye.
just hit bro with a dead eye right in the middle of the ring.
And immediately Sir Kate goes, wow, John fucking Cena is hit with a dead eye. And I'm like,
what?
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. I'm
No.
like, I never thought I would say that, but okay. So he hits him with a dead eye for a near fall. A little bit later, John Cena would hit the vintage Orton DDT, the rope hung DDT. At first, I thought John Cena was giving a little nod to the Blackheart.
Oh, shit.
Tommaso Ciampa.
That would have been dope. But it was Randy Orton, vintage Orton.
Exactly. Vintage Orton is right. So he gave a yes, he did the rope hung DDT to AJ Styles. He then started banging on the mat and hit AJ Styles with a pretty damn good looking RKO.
It was a really good looking RKO, actually.
He then goes to go for the punt. Are we watching heel Cena again, bro?
Hell, man, he was ready to fucking destroy AJ.
He was gonna kick his head off, bro.
He was gonna retire him early.
He really was. AJ Styles dodged the punt, and he hit John Cena with an attitude adjustment of his own for a near fall. AJ then goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and as he does, John Cena grabs AJ by the neck and hits him with a choke slam. The crowd starts chanting 619. And immediately I'm thinking,
can Cena do one of those?
Can Cena do one of those? But
is he too fucking massive and muscly? Like, you gotta be like shorter, right? I would think.
Well, Claudio used to do it though.
Yeah, but
Claudio's a little slimmer.
Yeah,
though.
like Cena,
but he is taller.
He's taller, but he's a wide, buff guy weighing like, what's he, like 260?
He's a linchpin, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Cena.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Cena's not the linchpin. He's got to be like
he's
260,
like 250, 260, something like that. If he could do a 619, not only do I want to see it so bad, but I'd be shocked. He might be too wide.
Cena knew he wasn't going to do it too because he hit them ropes fast to the point where I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, has he practiced this? And then obviously AJ Styles countered it. So I just said to myself in that moment, oh, this motherfucker knew he wasn't going to hit that shit.
No.
Because when he hit those ropes with the most utmost confidence I've ever seen in my entire life. Did you remember how fast, and energetic? Yes, he hit the ropes, and I'm sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, he's gonna do a 619." However, I'm predicting if he faces Dominic Mysterio, he 100% is hitting a 619 on him.
Oh yeah, he's hitting the 619 and the splash 1,000%.
100%. He's probably gonna hit the 619, and then he's probably gonna do an Eddie Guerrero frog splash on Dominic Mysterio. But what I also need Cena to hit Dominic Mysterio with is a Mexican destroyer. Oh. I need John Cena to hit the Boston Destroyer
Destroyer.
I need him to hit the West Newbury Destroyer on Dominic Mysterio, bro. I needs it. So he chokeslams AJ Styles. Obviously now this is a nod to one of AJ's, I guess, rivals in The Undertaker. He then goes for a 619, and again, he hit them ropes with the utmost confidence, like he was about to nail that.
Mm-hmm.
And AJ Styles then turned around for a lariat, and the crowd was very upset by this. AJ Styles then hit his springboard 450. Haven't seen him do that in a while. He did kind of miss, but it actually kind of looked great because instead of hitting Cena with his stomach, he hit him with his knees, which looked like it probably hurt Cena even more. AJ then starts tuning up the band. He starts tuning up the band for a picture-perfect sweet chin music on John Cena. He then hits a phenomenal forearm. He takes the elbow pad off and he hits the phenomenal forearm, the same phenomenal forearm in the same spot that he beat him in at SummerSlam 2016. I also peeped that as well. Quick side note. Another thing I notice, I do not know if people notice this in the John Cena and AJ Styles matches of old. When Cena would run to the ring, whenever he would get in the ring, as soon as he would slide in the ring, AJ would slide
He
out of the
gets
ring
out.
really fast.
Mm-hmm.
He did that today.
He
so
did.
I thought that was a very nice attention to detail. But speaking of attention to detail, he hit him with the phenomenal forearm in the same spot that he did in SummerSlam 2016. But this time,
Didn't work.
it wasn't enough.
Nope.
Cena kicked out. And when Cena would regain offense, he would hit or he would get AJ on the top rope and go to attempt the top rope attitude adjustment. Speaking of SummerSlam 16, he would go to hit him with a top rope attitude adjustment as AJ Styles would counter it, throw John Cena off the top rope. He would give Cena a crossbody. And this crossbody here was caught by Cena, rolled through by John Cena, but he did not throw him over his shoulders for an AA. He instead flipped him upside down and hit him with a tombstone pile driver. He then immediately got him up and hit him with an attitude adjustment for the 1, 2, 3.
Was it?
As that sealed the deal on the last time we will ever see John Cena face the phenomenal AJ Styles in what was, pun intended, a phenomenal performance by both men.
Dude.
This was probably the second best match of this entire farewell tour, and these fucks weren't going to give it to us.
They weren't. We had to force them to give us this best match, the second best match.
What an absolute masterclass of callbacks. What an absolute masterclass of attention to details. And what a masterclass performance by two of the greatest men to ever step in a squared circle, man. There will never be another two guys that have chemistry like John Cena has chemistry with AJ Styles, man, and like AJ Styles has chemistry with John Cena. This was fucking amazing. This was everything that this show was. This made Crown Jewel. This sealed the deal for Crown Jewel. As soon as this match was announced, this show immediately is a must-watch on any given day.
Mm-hmm.
There will never be another two like John Cena and AJ Styles. What an absolute masterclass of a performance, and one of the best performances in this entire farewell run. And now that we know AJ Styles is going to retire within the next year, I'm sure this is going to be one of the very best matches that AJ Styles will have in the next calendar year as well.
I'm sure it was, dude. I'm sure it was. I loved this match. This was easily match of the night. I would say number 2 for match of the retirement tour, man. I loved it. It was perfect. The callbacks were perfect. The match between these guys was perfect. And just everything was perfect. I think they did it beautifully. I think it was awesome. It's sad in all the good ways, man. I loved it. Loved this match. This match was the point of Crown Jewel for most people, me included. And boy, did it not disappoint. I expected a lot from this match, and it exceeded my expectations, man. So I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I'm so glad we got this, man. I'm so glad that complaining works, because this is what we got when we complain, man. And that means complain when you need to more, because this is what you get out of complaining. And it was perfect. I loved it. Loved it to the end.
100%, bro. 100%. Awesome. So truly, man, truly, big shout out to John Cena and AJ Styles, man. Big shout out to everybody that was shouted out in this match again. Mauro Ranallo, The Miz, Sting, Bryan Danielson, Rusev, Samoa Joe, Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt, Christopher Daniels, Adam Hangman fucking Page, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels,
Kane.
And I think, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that the choke slam was Kane, and you might as
Makes
well
sense.
throw Big
Take
Show
a
in there as well.
GOAT, Big Show. He needs to do the WMD in one of these last matches.
I'm okay. I think I'll be okay on that. I think I'll be okay on
Come
that
on,
one.
man.
But
You want to see the weapon of mass destruction?
I do not.
Come on.
But yeah, shout out to everybody that was shouted out in this match. And again, shout out to AJ Styles. Shout out to John Cena. From me, none of these guys, both of these guys can never understand what they've done for a lot of wrestling fans. And I can only speak for myself when I say these two are largely responsible for getting me back into the product with the level of matches and the level of story that they told in 2016. That is why this match meant so much to me. That is why I would come on here and complain to no end that we were not getting AJ Styles and John Cena, because of what these guys did for me and because of what I'm sure they've done for a lot of wrestling fans as well. Absolutely trailblazers, and man, I can't say enough good things about these guys. And obviously I can't say enough good things about John Cena and everything he's done for me as being a wrestling fan, but these two specifically, man, these two are largely, along with a Bray Wyatt, are largely to thank for my love for wrestling being reignited. Absolute masterclass, and I would have not traded anything to see these two guys in the ring again, man. And I'm so glad we got to see it.
Truly, I'm very glad we got to see this, man. So thankful, so glad we got to see this. It was more than I ever expected it to be, and that's crazy. It was perfect, man. I loved it.
Absolutely amazing, man. So shout out to both guys. This is John Cena's 100th pay-per-view victory in WWE, man. It should have been 101, but you know, Paul, Mr.
Good old Paul.
Paul Dana White Levesque was, you know, he had other fucking plans, I guess. But regardless, this is his 100th pay-per-view win, and after the match, he kneels down and he shakes AJ Styles' hand. He pulls him up. These guys hug. They embrace. AJ Styles walks away. John Cena goes over by his wife, embraces her, and he walks up the ramp. And before he leaves,
throws up the 4, dude. Damn. 4 left.
4 dates.
Crazy. Can't believe it, man.
Holy fuck.
2 episodes of TV and 2 pay-per-views, and that's it, dude.
Yep. We got to wait about another month before we see him. But then after that,
boom.
We got about a month left.
Yeah.
We got about a month left, which we'll see him, you know, a lot in that month. But we got about another month with the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Awesome. What an absolute masterclass, bro. What an absolute masterclass from this man. So again, if you all will indulge me for a minute, stop fucking with the GOAT.
Please.
Stop fucking with the GOAT and let this man cook and give him good opponents over these next 4 dates, please. For the love of God, Paul, Dana White Levesque, before we have a serious problem. This man is the greatest of all time. I don't give a shit how mad you are because you couldn't bury him back in your heyday when you were booking yourself into oblivion. I don't care how salty you are over that. Do this man right, because he's the greatest of all time. He's the greatest to ever be signed to this company. He's the greatest to ever step in a ring. And again, I'll say it until December 13th. And actually, no, I'll say it after that too.
Oh, yeah.
He's the greatest of all time, man. Stop fucking with John Cena, bro. 48 years old, doing better shit than half of these bums that you guys think are the greatest of all time, man. Get out of here, bro. He's the fucking GOAT.
Exactly.
Okay. So, with that being said, next, we got this match.
We got Rio versus Kabuki Gun. And man, this was it happened. I could say that. I guess. It happened. I mean, the whole match is waiting for the Rhea Ripley hot tag pop, and that was about it.
I don't know that the match. I still can't really decipher whether the match was just not interesting or whether it just had a tough spot to follow.
Maybe a mix of both.
Probably. I definitely don't think there was a lot that helped the situation here. This match, again, I mean, Kairi Sane
Doing the whole
pulling her punches type of thing, which I get is a part of the story. And everybody, we get people in our comments all the time like, that's the story. Yeah, dumbass. I know that's the story. I'm saying the story sucks.
Yeah, just because it's the point doesn't mean it's not bad.
I was going to say, I know it's the point. I know she obviously still wants, she doesn't agree with Asuka's ways and she wants Io to be back and get, the damage control back together or whatever the fuck. But it sucks. Why? What is the point of that? Just have Kairi say, what is the, and see, the reason that it makes it bad is like, Io has to sell for her. She has to sell for these weak ass little, pillow hits. I mean, it doesn't do Io any favors. She looks like an idiot having to sell for that. You know what I mean? Like my sister used to beat my ass worse than that when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, is it like what the fuck? What the fuck is that? What is that? So again, I know it's the point, but it's not good. It's not good. Kairi Sane should have just went full heel and joined Asuka and not done the whole pull the punches thing. I mean, it just creates this awkwardness. And again, you could look at their segment a few weeks ago when they initially turned on her. Io was legitimately selling for her, and she's hitting her like shit.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that? That doesn't look believable at all. So I don't know what's up with that, but it is what it is. And yeah, I don't know, man. But that's yeah. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. I don't really care for the whole sad Kairi Sane thing. I think she just would have went. Yeah, I think she should have just went heel with Asuka. So yeah, I don't know. This match ended with Kairi Sane. Asuka was about to take a avalanche riptide. Kairi Sane tagged herself in. And these two were both on the apron, and Rhea Ripley went to kick Asuka in the face, but Kairi threw herself in the way and took the big boot for Asuka. She then took a riptide and an over-the-moon salt for the victory here as Rio wins this match, and we already know this feud is going to continue.
Oh, yeah.
I hope maybe this is the point where Kairi Sane just says, fuck it, I don't really like you either, so now I'm going to actually hit you like I mean it.
Hopefully.
So I don't know. Hopefully Pillow Arms gets her fist back. So, so she can actually hit somebody. But yeah, I mean, again, the match was, I personally didn't care for it. For me, this was probably the weakest link on the night. Just didn't care for it.
No, I really didn't. The match didn't end up really being nothing of value. I think the Kairi stuff really held it back, and then like half the match, like I said, was just waiting for the Rhea hot tag pop. Like I get that, but like you're doing that too long. You're waiting too long. And yeah, I didn't really care about this match. I didn't think it really didn't do anything for anybody, at least for me. And yeah, I like the story they had, but this match just isn't it, man. They really need to change that Kairi stuff. They really do.
For sure. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, like I said, where this goes from here, hopefully it means Kairi Sane is going to actually boss up a little bit.
I hope so.
I think that'd be pretty nice. But that is just wishful thinking. So yeah, that was sorry guys, I don't really got much to say. It was kind of
happened.
These kind of just happened, bro. But speaking of, I guess something that actually did happen, whether it made sense or not, we had the main event. We had champion versus champion, WWE champion versus world champion, Cody Rhodes, the captain, or QB1, as if I don't fucking know that's his nickname by now.
Quarterback one.
Yeah, quarterback one, versus Seth Rollins. I swear on my life, if I had to hear WWE call him QB1 one more time, I was absolutely gonna blow my brains out, man. I get it. He's quarterback one. He's QB1. To me, he's QB none. But to them, he's QB1. He's the captain. I fucking get it.
I get it. I don't know what he's the captain of, but he's the captain of the company somehow. And if I also have to hear, something about the future of the next 10 years of this business, the next 20 years, and the future of the future of the future of the business, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Because holy hell, I get it. I get that's the point of the vision. I long get it.
It's not like we haven't been hearing it since April or anything, but, Seth Rollins is fighting for control of the company.
Control, future of the company.
He wants to ensure the future of the business.
Is behind him and not other people like Roman Reigns. What the fuck?
Yeah,
we know.
I know.
We know. We get it.
All match, dude. Oh. Cody's quarterback one. Cody's the captain. QB1. Quarterback one. QB1. Quarterback. Captain. The captain this. Captain that.
Seth is frustrated because, this is all for all the stakes. The whole locker room, the stakes are for the future. They're going to abandon Seth Rollins if he... Or what?
Yeah.
What does that mean? The locker room? He's going to lose the locker room.
They already hate him anyway.
The whole point of his character is that he hates them, they hate him, and he wants to control it. And he has control over with the championship, no matter what. No matter if he won or lost this match, at the end of the day, he still rules Raw. That's the problem with this match. It means nothing. It means nothing. And they're lucky that these two can put on a good match and that they did here. Because if they didn't, you really had nothing here.
Yeah. Like, Rollins will lose everything if he loses this match. I didn't know it was title for title.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, tomorrow, whether he fucking wins or whether he gets jobbed out in 3 minutes, he's still going to be the world heavyweight champion.
And everyone goes through him and his group still on Raw. It doesn't matter. This match did not matter. It still doesn't matter. But they're lucky they put on a good one.
Now, again, what I did like from Paul Heyman on Monday was the thought of, if you lose this match, then you are a secondary champion. That makes sense, but
it's cool.
Losing the locker room, I don't understand. He's a heel that goes against the locker room anyway. What do you mean they're going to lose the locker room? They don't believe in him anyway. He only has fucking 3 guys that believe in him.
Yeah, you could have, if anything, this whole thing made more sense with Cody, because you could say, all the people that helped Cody get that title, for the respect of them, he has to keep it, or he has to win this match against Seth. Made no sense, dude. Even though he already lost it before and won it back for no reason. But I digress. I don't know why this couldn't have been Cena, but I'm glad it wasn't Cena, because I'm glad we got fucking Cena and AJ. But you have to do the stupid crown jewel rules. I hate it. I hate the crown jewel concept.
Yeah, same here. In the beginning of the match, Seth Rollins rolls out of the ring and he's dodging Cody Rhodes. Okay. I thought you wanted to see who was better.
I thought you were itching to find out who's better.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to do this fair and square, but
I guess not.
He then the crowd starts chanting, "Seth is a wanker," which Seth Rollins gets mad at commentary, and he points over at Wade Barrett and he says, "This is your fault." And then he gets in Michael Cole's face.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he didn't walk over to Wade Barrett. Instead, he gets in Michael Cole's face. Wade Barrett didn't start the chant. He just called out what they were saying on SmackDown.
Yeah, because Cole asked him, "Hey, what are they saying?" I don't know. He said what they were saying. Why are you mad? And why do we have to do the heel mad at commentary thing for the 3rd time this year? I get it. Heels are mad at commentators. Okay, they always were.
Which the worst part about that whole thing is Wade was the heel commentator talking up Seth.
Yeah, he agrees with Seth. He's the heel commentator. He agrees. Why are you mad at him? He agrees with you.
And he's like looking over at Barrett the whole time, and he's like, oh, who's a wanker now? I'm like,
he never called you a wanker.
He didn't say you were a wanker. Like, what?
He translated the crowd. Because logic, it doesn't exist here.
No, it doesn't. And again, Wade is the heel commentator. I mean, this dude literally was on Seth's side the whole match.
He agrees with him in his, ways of doing things because he's the heel commentator. What the fuck?
That didn't make any sense, but these two Cody goes to go for a Cody cutter. And as he flies up in the air, Rollins catches him in powerbomb position.
Really cool.
A sit-out powerbomb position, which I thought was very dope.
Very dope.
We have we then have back and forth between the two guys. Seth was trying to hit Dusty Rhodes, punches into the bionic elbow. Cody then countered it and started doing the punches into the bionic elbow, doing his little, drop down uppercut kick thing or whatever. Cody Rhodes then hit a vertebreaker. Was it?
I think it was.
Yeah, it was Cody.
It was Cody that hit it on Seth.
Yeah, Cody hit the vertebreaker on Seth. He then went for he then hit him with a Cody cutter.
Cody cutter.
He then went to hit him with another Cody cutter, and he turned around and got kicked in the gut. And then Rollins would set up a pedigree and hit it for a near fall. Seth Rollins would then hit a crossroads of his own on Cody Rhodes for another near fall. Cody Rhodes would then go for a super Cody cutter. And in one of the funniest spots of this match, he missed the super Cody cutter.
He soared.
And literally soared through the sky and just took the nastiest back bump known to man.
Soared like fucking 9 feet through the air. Just back
God.
first. Fucking hilarious, dude.
So, he fell right on his back, and Rollins would then hit a quick pedigree, but this time he wouldn't go for the cover because he would then immediately hit him with a curb stomp for a Cody Rhodes near fall. He would then go to the outside and grab the Rolex.
Oh, man.
That Cody gave him. I didn't even see Rollins come to the ring with that. I don't know if I just missed something, but I did not even see Rollins come to the ring with the Rolex, but okay.
They just had it ready out there for the spot, I guess.
So, Rollins would get back in the ring and he would go to use it, but then he would end up putting it back down. This would lead Cody Rhodes to capitalize and hit him with a super Cody cutter that would actually connect this time, and a crossroads for a near fall. A little bit later in the match, Rollins would would set Cody Rhodes up in a tree of woe, go to the other side of the ring, and hit Cody Rhodes with a coast to coast. But this wasn't just any normal coast to coast. This was a diving headbutt coast to coast. I have never seen Seth Rollins do this before.
That is a wild thing to fucking pull out here.
Yeah, there was also something I never seen him do before either. Oh, that Cody cutter into the powerbomb counter. Mm-hmm. I do not remember him ever doing that either.
No.
So I thought that was very cool. Man. As yeah, like I said, oh, yes. Yeah, I have never seen Rollins hit a diving headbutt coast to coast on anybody. So that would be executed by Rollins. He would then get Cody on the top rope and hit him with a Spanish fly. right into a manhandle slam for a near fall. These two would get back on the top rope a little bit later in the match as Cody Rhodes would regain the offense, and Cody would hit Seth Rollins with an avalanche crossroads off the top.
Insane spot, dude. Crazy ass spot right there.
I was so scared.
I thought it was it. I thought that was over.
I thought it was done. I thought it was over. Yeah, I thought it was a wrap too. I 100,000% thought they were gonna, it was gonna be wraps right there, because an avalanche, to kick out of an avalanche crossroads is kind of crazy.
It's crazy as hell.
Kind of crazy work, but it looked great. It looked great. I don't know how they were able to keep their balance while they were up there, but they did. And it looked great.
Perfect.
So there was a near fall from Rollins on there. Rollins would then crawl over to the corner as he was regaining his momentum. He would crawl over to the corner and pick the watch up and put it around his knuckles. Cody Rhodes and Rollins would get tangled up, and this would lead to Rollins bumping into the referee, which knocked the referee, kind of knocked him over a little bit. Didn't knock him completely out, but it had him stumbling. Cody Rhodes took advantage and got Rollins in the crossroads position, and as Rollins was leaned back in position for the crossroads, he clocked Cody Rhodes right in the jaw with this Rolex. So he hits Cody Rhodes, like I said, clocked him in the jaw with the Rolex that he bought him. And while Cody was
damn near knocked out.
Yeah, when Cody was staggered kind of on all fours, Rollins would hit him with a curb stomp. He would then climb to the top rope and hit a avalanche curb stomp on Cody Rhodes for the victory. As Seth Rollins is your 2025 Crown Jewel winner. I thought the match was fantastic. I thought the match was great. It's not that these two, have ever had a bad match. They've never had a bad match. They've all actually been phenomenal. However, I will say, if for as great as the match was, it sucks that this had to happen because it was Crown Jewel time. I just personally would have liked if this story had more time to breathe and marinate on these guys' histories. But like I said, the match itself was not bad at all. The match was actually phenomenal. I thought the match was great. And as always, these guys, do amazing work with each other. I just wish, like I said, their story could have had some time to breathe on its own. Also, too, Rollins cheated here. So the whole point that he set out was to beat Cody Rhodes and prove that he was the better man, yet he cheated. So where does this go? I'm hoping if they, had a brain, they would write that into the storyline of his group slowly but surely giving up on him or not believing in his vision per se. But yeah, I mean, hopefully that is the point of it, because again, that kind of did not serve the point of what Rollins talked about doing for the whole build. Essentially, was he finally wanted to beat Cody Rhodes, and the way he made it sound was that he wanted to beat him clean because he didn't want help from the Vision and he didn't want nothing, nada. So, and obviously it didn't end up being a ruse. I felt if it was a ruse, we probably would have seen Austin Theory tonight come and join the Vision. But, regardless, Rollins still wins. So again, hopefully that's being written into the story as a logical reason as to why, or what I guess is going to be the repercussions of Rollins, not winning this match, clean as a whistle.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Overall, I like the match. It was a real good match. Again, I don't like Crown Jewel rules, and the whole point of Crown Jewel, I think it's just unnecessary and very just stupid to do inherently. But these guys put on a good match, and with that ending, I really hope that that is what they write in, is that, technically he did fail his mission here. He was supposed to just be the better man and beat him. He couldn't. He had to cheat. Didn't use his group, but still cheated, man. And I hope in the future this comes to bite him in the ass, and slowly and surely, I think not only Heyman but Breaker and Reed will lose respect for him, lose, his authority figure. And I think Heyman is already planning to turn on him and join forces with Breaker, man. And I think Bronson's probably gonna go off to do his own thing. Like I said, I would like kind of like a Sami Zayn route in terms of, what he said he could do for Sami Heyman, get him on the other brand, give him like a world title shot, or get him a title shot for whatever. I would like that for Reed. I think that'd be a cool way to do Reed. Leaving the group with them is, he goes off to do his own thing, but makes a deal with Heyman. Heyman still likes and respects him. I would like that a lot. And I think that's inevitable for Seth, and I think and hope these were those first seeds planted, man. And I hope it comes through at WrestleMania, man, because that is the closest we could get it to happen. And I think it is gonna happen at Mania. So I think this is what it's setting up. I did like the ending, and I did like the way they do that. If it leads to that, I think this will be a good ending in the future. We'll know if this was a good ending or not.
Definitely. But again, I do ask why this was the main event of the show. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on it.
That was meaningless at the end of the day.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, like you said, like, this is something that could be big, but down the line, you know?
It won't even be big because it's like the match. It'd be good because of the ending and, really just Seth Rollins himself. The actual, like, matchup between these two meant nothing tonight. It really meant nothing. It meant something for Seth, and I think it's going to mean something for his future, but there's no immediate anything aftermath between these two, or for these two after this match, man. I think Cena and AJ really should have main evented, man. They really should have.
I 100% think they did, man. Although, if AJ and Cena main evented, people were already bad with it. Could you imagine how much worse it would have been with these Edge memes?
We're gonna get Edge it's the main event.
The rated R superstar.
Y'all know what that means.
He's gonna come back for his greatest rival, John Cena. Is like, guys, I know we all want it, and I don't blame you guys for wanting it. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Hate to break it to you.
Which, funny enough, Chris Van Vliet said when he spoke to Adam Copeland a couple years ago, I guess he told him he had a 2-year contract, which would be up around now if Adam Copeland didn't have to go and jump off of a cage and land on his feet and get himself injured.
Straight on his feet.
So the butterfly effect that had on John Cena's farewell tour is quite ridiculous, because if Adam Copeland does not do that, then Adam Copeland could have walked back into WWE and just signed a 1-match deal, and then just went right back to AEW, and done his own thing. That could have been really dope, but Tony's adding that injury time on there, and unfortunately, guys, and again, I can't blame you guys for getting excited about it. It's Edge and John Cena. Obviously, we all want to see it, but guys, it ain't happening. I'm sorry, guys.
Hate to break it to you guys.
100%. I know why you guys want it, but unfortunately, it ain't fucking happening. And you could thank Adam Copeland for being 10 toes down in his Balenciagas, because he just decided to jump off of a steel cage and think it was okay to land on his fucking feet and break his foot and get some injury time added onto his thing. So
he forgot how to land, man. In that moment, he locked up and forgot how to land. So you're falling, and your first instinct to panic is fucking trying to land on your feet. Not make yourself as flat as possible. Make yourself as vertical as possible. Land on your feet. Genius from Edge, man. And he is the reason we are not getting this match. Because we're not. And that is one thing that this not being the main event is nice about, because we would have had talks of Brock. We would have had talks of Jericho, talks of Edge showing up at the end of the match. And obviously no one did, because none of them are happening.
Yes. Unfortunately, the best one we have of having another chance to come out there, I guess, would have been Brock, which nobody,
no,
absolutely nobody fucking wants to see at this juncture. However, hey bro,
yeah.
that is
That's it.
that's Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
That was Crown Jewel. So Seth Rollins, forgot to say, Seth Rollins gets the whole presentation afterwards, and he celebrates in the ring with Stephanie Vaquer as the two Crown Jewel champions this year. So
whatever, man. I'll be able, holding that ring and using it as a prop for the next fucking year.
There you go. So yeah, the gone away will all the stuff go until next year when they want to act like it matters again. So
exactly.
That was Crown Jewel, man. Again, enjoyable show for the most part. Like I said, match of the night was an obvious AJ Cena. Weakest match of the night was Rio versus the Kabuki Warriors for me, man. Who will be Cena's next opponent? I'm interested to see. There's no way they don't have him. There's no way they don't have him wrestle on those two Raws. I'm thinking they do put him in some sort of match. I could maybe see a match with Sheamus in there.
I was thinking Sheamus might be the first surprise, because no matter what, I think they're going to be like spur of the moment surprise matches for those 2 episodes of Raw. And I think War Games, he gets Dom, and then obviously last one he's going to get Gunther. And I think Sheamus might be one of those Raw episode ones. I just feel that makes sense. Maybe, who else on that show?
Yeah, if WWE wanted to do something really outside of the box, they could like call up Obafemi.
That would be really cool.
Get an Obafemi and John Cena match. Sheamus again is there. I'm assuming, if I'm not thinking about, brand limitations, you could do something with The Miz.
Yeah, you could just bring him over real quick. You could have, Hayes pack him up and basically send him to Raw for a little bit, and then he could do him. So, yeah, I think there's gonna be 2 like spur of the moment Raw surprise matches. I think Sheamus is gonna be one of them. As for the other one, you get a lot of options, man, and I hope they choose a really cool, interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a lot of people, man. Like I said, you could do somebody from NXT like Obafemi. If they wanted to be really outside of the box, they could do like a Joe Hendry, a Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy would be really cool.
That would be really dope. Again, you against the Miz, you could do something with Miz. Man, there's Braun Breaker.
You could do Breaker.
Something like that. Rollins. You could do a Rollins match in there. Something like that, man. So I would assume he's going to be wrestling on at least one of those Raws.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they end up doing with him, man. But yeah. Show goes off the air, and like I said, Seth Rollins is standing there with Stephanie Vaquer as the 2 Crown Jewel champions. So
matters.
That was that, and like I said, this show was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good show, man. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy myself watching the show for the most part. And the cherry on top of the sundae was the obvious AJ Styles versus John Cena match that we were all well awaiting, man. So I'm happy it turned out the way it did.
Exactly. Very happy it turned out the way we did. I'm very glad we complained and we got this match, even though, it was planned like this the whole time.
Exactly.
But I'm glad we complained, got this match. It was match of the night, one of the matches of the retirement tour itself. And it really elevated this pay-per-view, man. Overall, the rest of the pay-per-view was fine. Pretty normal. Nothing super angry about, which is a good thing for them this year. And I'm very glad we got this AJ and Cena match. It was perfect.
There you go, man. So, yeah, that is everything here today for this edition of your Crown Jewel Perth 2025 official post-show review, man. Thank you guys so very much for everything. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. A little bit earlier than usual, man, for a post-show review. And if you guys fuck with the post-show reviews, you want to catch us next time, we will be live next Saturday with the AEW Wrestle Dream post-show review. So we will be on here for that, man. That is everything. And as always, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
That's okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the post-show review. Thank you guys so very much to everybody who joined us here in the live chat. We got my man Hunter, we got Kevin, Ghostface, and my guy JT. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for this edition, like I said, of your post-show review. Thank you guys as always, as well as my guys, part of the Replay Mafia. Thank you guys so much as always. And with that, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Tuesday, 12 p.m. Central for NHP Unscripted.
Peace.